The model in a lot of churches looks like this. Right now, we're butting up against some lids. A lid is something that's just a fact. You can't do anything about it. It's reality, and it affects your growth. For us, I'll give you an example. One of them is our building. We can't have 240 people in here. We could if we were all standing. But we can't have 240 people in here. So in some respects, our building is a lid. It keeps us from being able to all get together all at the same time. The great news is that next year, when we build a new building out here in the field, we'll be able to all worship together again.
All right.
Well, 4 of you are excited. It's a lid. It's a reality. It's just a fact, okay? It's something that we can't do anything about it. An anchor, though, is something that is holding us back. That's a skill or a behavior that we can learn. We can learn to do better so that it doesn't affect us as much. Here's an example of one. Our greeting and follow-up with guests. The way that we greet our guests, the way that we follow up with guests. Those of you that are regular church members, when we tell you to shake hands, you need to go shake hands with guests. You can talk to your other church friends after church or call them up or send them an email. We need you to go find people you don't know. Okay? That's an example of a discipline, of a behavior that we can change so that it doesn't impede our growth. You see the difference? This one's reality. This one's a skill that we can learn. Okay? This one is going to change, and so is this one. True?
Yes.
This one will change quicker than this one, right? Because this one's going to take us a year. 1 year. I guess we could have 1,000 people if we had 8 worship services.
Oh, no, brother.
This is the leadership model at most churches. God's up here on the top, because he's the supreme being. Second is the pastor. The pastor's vision for what God wants the church to be and what he believes, or she, in some churches, believe that God wants us all to be. Then you got the church. And the church as a whole falls in line with the vision of the pastor. The difficulty with this is you got, Pastor Joe, and he has one plan, and then he goes away, and Pastor John comes in. Now we're completely switching buses. So now the church has to constantly readjust, all right? Then down here you got the individuals that make up the church, and they become subject to the vision of the church. And the church's vision is to support the pastor, and the pastor's trying to find God. And the weird part about this is that you only got one person here that's really determining the vision of the church. And that's a really scary place to be, I'll tell you. Okay, that's a scary place to be. That's not the model at Friends. This is the model at Friends. This is Friends. That's what the F stands for. For those of you who didn't have to come by. Alright. We have pastoral leadership. This is Tom, Colin, and this one is James. With a little bit of a goatee and no hair. Alright? Okay, so we have pastoral leadership. We have a staff of pastors. Their job is to continue to lead. Alright? Then what we have is we have support leadership. This is people like Juanita, Renee, who does our books, Sylvia, who leads the academy. Okay, they're not pastors, they're not reverends, they're not ordained, but they're very vital to our survival. Then each one of these people has another marker. Each one of these pastors, their job is to build team leaders for various ministries. Okay? For example, Colin's over here. He's got to build a team for children. He's got to build a team for youth. He's got to build a team for something else. We'll say college. Okay? He has to have a team for all those. He has to have a leader for each one of those ministries. Then each one of those, this is where you get plugged in. And this is where you become what we're calling an impact leader. Okay? So each one of these guys, it's not their job to do the ministry. It's their job to build these teams. And it's your job to become one of these people. So that's where we are right now. And this looks really pretty, doesn't it? It looks sort of like an Amway presentation. Go Magic! This is where we're at. Where we're at is right here. Okay? And that's all fine and good. But the problem is, this is all about us. This is all about just friends. This is all about the people here. The people that this matters to are these people. The people down here. And then the people down here. That's why we do what we do. It's not because of us. It's because of these people down here that don't know yet. And so the goal of the church isn't to get you to do what we want. It's for us to help you do what God's called you to do. So there's not one vision for the church. There's 250 visions for the church. The goal is to help you be better husbands and wives and mothers and fathers and uncles and aunts and cousins and kids. The goal isn't for us to have you serve us. The goal is for us to serve you, because this guy over here is waiting to hear. Amen. And we can't touch that guy because he's not attached to us yet. That's why we got to have your help. Because this guy over here is counting on you. And my question is, where are you on the chart? Pretty simple. Find a place. Got plenty of room for you. All around. It's like a big spider web, and it just keeps growing. And it's only limited by the willingness of God's people to try something new and creative. That's it. That's all that's stopping us. We just need you to get on the bus and get in a seat. Fair enough? I'm going to ask these guys to come forward, and they're going to tell you about some ways that maybe you can consider serving today. And as you leave, you're going to have opportunity to talk to them about opportunities that we have and places that you can fit in. We'll start with the young, charming, good-looking one.
Oh, thank you.